A very good morning to one and all. It is Saturday the 28th of October and we are at Water's Edge. There's the central pier in the background and now we can see a view of the North Pier. And it is from here on the steps that I would like to introduce my video, which will be uploaded to YouTube in the morning on the Sunday. Many thanks to all the viewers who have watched my 2 videos I have uploaded already this week. Thank you for everything, and also to all the businesses that enable this channel to roll along. I must get on with it now, so here is your week's video. Thank you for everything again, and I do hope you enjoy. Bye bye now, bye bye. Very good afternoon to everyone. It is Thursday now, the 26th of October, and we're going to pay our once a week visit now to this very impressive build of the new Works and Pensions Office. There we are, that's the view of the facade from here, and you will notice a lot of the security panel boards have been removed. So we have a clearer view now into this build. I'm just going to walk across the road safely to give you a view here, and all this here, all nicely been levelled, and all along here as well. And you will notice all the breeze blocks, all nicely stacked here. And returning to the other side of the road, I can again show you that some of the boards have been removed, so we have a clearer view now of this build. We will move on now. Oh, I was really lucky. As I was leaving this part of the build here, this huge transporter came down the road and it's carrying a lot of breeze blocks. So I thought you might like to see this transporter being allowed to enter the site. They've opened up the gates. Look, you can see that contractor there. He's opened up the gates so the driver of this transporter can reverse straight away into this build. There we are, he's safely in now, and the contractor will close the gates until all those breeze blocks have been unloaded, and then obviously he will reopen them so the transporter can leave. Just moving a few paces to my left, I can show you this. Look, can you notice those 2 huge cradles coming down this facade here? Yes, there's a lot of contractors working on this part of the build here, on this facade, and I'll just point out the angle of the build here. There we are, that makes this build ever so more attractive because it's curved, and there'll probably be another curve somewhere else along the line. So those 2 big cradles have gone now down to ground level, and we will move on. We are now at our viewing area of Gate 1. And if I move closer to the gates here, we will in fact catch up to those 2 giant cradles that we see on the move from our last site. And there we are, look, that's all the contractors, very busy. Oh, I think they're putting out some they're placing scaffold. So those 2 big cradles, they'll be on the move again soon. So with this full view now of this build from Gate 1, this will complete our visit today, our weekly visit to this very impressive build of the Works and Pensions Office. Now on this Thursday afternoon we return to a view of the build of the Works and Pensions Office, and we're going to walk up here. At the end there, that's the giant car park of Talbot Road. Now why we are here today, we're going to visit one of our old haunts. It is the Right Bite. Now I like this cafe and takeaway. Oh yes, it's ever so well presented, lovely staff and management, and it's always pristine. So let's go inside and you will see what I mean. Now we are inside now, and I'm very certain that you will understand all my kind words for this restaurant. You will notice on the wall, look at that, that's the menu for today's afters. Apple tart, rice pudding, lemon roly-poly, all under £3, and it's all homemade. The next item here was the daily specials. This is what you could have had today. I just point out, it is just after 3 p.m. and this establishment now is closed for the day, hence me being able to make this video. Look what was on offer today: a lovely beef stew, a chicken curry, and mince and onion pie. Again, hastily adding, it's all homemade. Now, looking into the cafe, which we have seen in the past, you will notice the lovely tables and the seating. And down here, a cabinet of canned drinks. And over there, some more tables and chairs. Yes, I know that you will understand why I've always liked this takeaway. It's beautifully presented and the food is first class. So there we are, a very, very quick visit to one of our old haunts, the Right Bite. A very good morning to everyone. It is Friday now, October the 27th, and it is just past 10:30 a.m. in the morning. And I'm ever so pleased today because I can introduce my video for this Friday at Water's Edge, and a very, very calm Irish sea just stroking these steps here, look. And the pier, the first of the visitors now, walking up and down the North Pier. There's the Irish Sea. There's the central pier and the big wheel in the background. The wedding chapel, and peering over that, Blackpool Tower. So I'm going to begin Friday's video now, thanking everyone who will watch. Bye bye now. It is time now on this Friday for our once a week visit to the build of the Holiday Inn. And I'd like to show you this. This is the other side of the pavement area and the bus stops. Please notice all the plant machinery now hard at work with all the contractors preparing this area here. Now what I'm going to do now is, as one and all know, all this area, the pavement area, right the way to the end of the facade is now complete. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take you to the area of the underpass now. Here we are, that's Blackpool North Railway Station, and the impressive facade of the Holiday Inn build itself. And here is the ramp that I'm walking down that will take me overlooking the underpass. And what do we find? Absolutely superb set of steps. Absolutely superb. And don't they look good? Don't they look good? So there we are. That's the entrance and exit to the underpass itself. Moving the camera very slightly along, you can see these lovely flight of steps that will take one and all to road and pavement level to arrive and leave Blackpool North Railway Station. And here, look, more work taken place. Oh, this is first class. Congratulations to one and all at the underpass and these steps and the formation of a completed job here. We will move on now. Just a moment please, I'm still at the underpass. There's the railway station and I've got the opportunity, which I didn't think I would have, to show you this. Look, there's the underpass entrance and exit, and look at the ramp. Look at the lovely ramp in brick. So one and all who have to use a wheelchair or scooter, etc., can use this facility here. What a lovely ramp as well. Excellent. And you can see in the underpass itself lots of contractors at work. And there's all the blocks that they're using on the side. And this area here, which is in process now of all being levelled off. So that will complete our visit to the underpass. I'm going to move on now. Now, progressing from the underpass, we are right around the other side now. Look, there's the big store of Sainsbury's. And this is the area that you're about to see that I've explained to one and all. This is the last remaining area to really be completed. I just point out that scissor lift in operation today. So yes, we have two halves to this build. One half completely finished with all the lovely pavement area and the bus stops that stretches all the way along that length of the facade of the hotel. And we have this area here coming along very nicely. I'm walking against the harass fencing here, which now stretches the whole length of this build. And looking in, you will see lots and lots of paving blocks, etc., and pipes, all awaiting to be placed here. So we are approaching the gates of our principal viewing area. A quick look in, and that will complete our visit and tour today of this now very impressive build of the Holiday Inn. I have left now that build of the Holiday Inn and I'm walking towards now our next venue. But I feel I would like to show this because I use this as a signpost. It is the very well-known public house of the Washington in Topping Street. Now I'd just like to show you these two boards here. This is the first one here, a very impressive board. They are offering a children's Halloween party. There we are, all the details there. On Tuesday, October the 31st, and tickets are £3.50, which includes a meal and drink and entertainment. Now, moving around here, I'm just going to show you this board here. Christmas bookings now being taken. 2 courses and 4 courses. So there we are. 2 posters on behalf of the Washington Public House. I'm still on my way to our next venue, but I'm just going to pay a quick visit along Edward Street. Down the bottom there is Cedar Square. We are now in this impressive row now of Edward Street. All the lovely buildings here, all in Edward Street. There's the Commons Bar, right opposite with all the flowering around. We are known here, and also the hairdressers next door, Ansem. Now, why I've stopped here is because I would like to show you these three shops at the end. Now, they're nearly completely been renovated. That's the blue shop here. That's the blue shop here, the pastel coloured one next door, and the green one. I can tell you that inside work is progressing very, very well. Now, next door to that blue shop is this here, and this was once the very well-known store of Blacks. Unfortunately, it is now in quite a state. I've had several requests to find out what's going on. Well, all that's going on is quite honestly nothing. It's in a state now of immediate necessary attention. It really, really is bad. It's such a shame because look, opposite the Deansgate kitchen, the lovely shops here that have all been renovated, all got new frontage, and there's the Derbyshires of Deansgate down the bottom with all their electrical appliances. And there we are. This is the old store of Blacks on the corner there. And look. And this here at the end, there's now a plantation growing. So there we are. That's bringing you right up to date with those three nice shops in Edward Street, and unfortunately bad views of the old store of Blacks and the adjacent properties. I have finally made it to our next venue, which is the build of the cinema complex and the giant store that lays underneath. And there's the telehandler there. And I do hope that you're going to find this visit interesting. There we are. The gates are open because that van there has just arrived. So they're going to leave the gates open, obviously, until it unloads and leaves, and then the gates will be closed up immediately. Look at all the clever covering of these granite tiles. So as when that telehandler runs to and fro, it will not affect them in any way. I'm going to move on now because, as one and all may remember, last week I told you about the introduction, or rather the leaving of all the protective harass fencing, etc., that protects the front of this building, the shop building. And yes, one and all can now walk freely up and down this area here. I'm walking over these very impressive tiles here on the floor, the block paving. And yes, lots of people are using this now. And this is the most interesting area of this visit this week, and it is this here, because last week we see quite a lot of debris, etc. here. And now look, beautifully finished, absolutely super. It looks great. So a look back to where we've come from. a further look here and a view of the copper coloured cladding here, which stands so impressive. And this will complete our visit this week to the build of the cinema complex and the giant store underneath that you are now looking at. We will see one and all again next week. To close this Friday's video up, which I hope you've enjoyed, one more venue that I'm going to take you to, and it is here on Waterloo Road. I have just left the tram. In the background, not too far away, is the South Pier. Now what I'd like to show you is this here. Two newly posted posters. There's a franchise opportunity here, Easy Hotel. Now this was one of my projects a couple of years ago, but unfortunately it wasn't completed, as you will see. Now this is the first poster clearly saying a franchise opportunity, Easy Hotel, has appeared. And this is the first sign, planning all granted, etc. And this is the second sign here, which I'm going to take you to. Clearly saying, hotel site for sale. There we are. Now, there's the telephone number and the agents holding it, with a reference number. Christie & Co, reference number, and their telephone number. Now I'm just going to go in between those two posters to show you of this live view today on the Friday. There we are. So with this view, this will close down completely Friday's videoing. With this view of the North Pier on Saturday afternoon, the 28th of October, this is where I would like to close the video down and thank one and all who has watched it. Thank you ever so much for your support, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye now. Bye bye.